I'm really curious about this early phase, which I kind of call the shedding phase, where an entrepreneur makes the decision that they're going to do something unusual in the context of their like current social group. And the shedding phase I define as like when your family start thinking you're a bit weird and you feel the resistance from your family. And then your like boys from school start thinking you think you're Richard Branson or whatever, and they start making little comments. Can you recount what your shedding phase was like?
I think that was it. I think like a lot of people who was around just laughed at it. A lot of people just thought it was a joke. And it got to that stage where then it was like, oh, it's your dad's business. Your dad buys the stock, and like this is a family business. You guys aren't making this money and whatever, until it gets to a point where it like just completely exceeds what people think that is. And then they seem to come back around, and then they're buying your product, and then they're congratulating you on the drops, and then they're your biggest fans.
Do you remember any comments that you heard from
I
certain
heard
people?
Yeah, definitely. I remember there was one where I'd bought this R8, and it was like, I must have been 19 or 20.
Which is a car, right?
Right, yeah, an Audi. And I had it parked up in my town where I was, and I remember getting a message on Facebook saying, that car your dad's bought you is parked up here. He's going to get a ticket on them yellow lines. And I was thinking like, come on.
How did it make you feel?
It made me want to go to the next level with everything over and over so it'd drown out that noise. So it was like, okay, maybe his dad was successful running a small business, had a nice house and whatever. I wanted to take that to like 100 times that, to prove that it wasn't that, I guess.
And so after you leave college, well, it's during college, right? When you sort of start the business.
Mm-hmm.
Is that 2012?
Yeah.
When you first start the business, and then Michael joins you a year later after you've started selling t-shirts?
Yeah, he was doing a bit of the graphics here and there, and I would run orders to the post office, and then at night we'd sit and draw together, and then I'd speak to suppliers in China and stuff like that, and it just rolled on for the 3 years that I was at university.
What was that first year like? That first year in business?
From what I can remember, it wasn't really business. It was just going to the back garden where my dad's shed was, speak to some suppliers in China, go to university, complete my whatever it was I was doing there, come back, pack orders, speak to customers, do it all again every single day for like the first 3 years.